Maria answered again and said to the Savior, My Lord, bear with me as I question you, and be not angry with me. Now at this time, my Lord, unless we live and know the knowledge of the whole world of the ineffable, will we be able to inherit the kingdom of the light. A seeker's journey is filled with doubts, filled with uncertainty, especially when you want to get to the ultimate. When you cannot wait to get there. The very thought that what happens if I don't get there? Now, what happens to all my meditation? Because something has to be different. An individual who has consciously moved inward, whether he has become enlightened or not, he is different when compared to the one who has not turned inward. You have spent so much time understanding your mind, understanding your body, understanding your thoughts and emotions, and you have already settled so much inside. What happens to all that if you were to die? It is a very important question. Somewhere that has to show. This is where the word merit comes from in spirituality. And this is the only context in which the word merit applies. It is only when you are practically moving inward, using a technique, a method, you are moving away from the mind, away from the sensations of the body. You are actually physically shifting from the chaotic marketplace of the mind and the body to some place quieter. Only on such a journey, whatever progress you've made there is yours. It cannot be taken away from you. That is the spiritual merit you have acquired. That deeper awareness, that deeper connection with yourself, less noisy conversation in your mind, ability to understand the nature of the mind, the nature of the thought process. These are all deep residual understanding that sink into your being. This is not intellectual surface level knowledge. When you sit in meditation, literally you're like a sponge. You are absorbing the essence of who you are. You are attracting silence. You are attracting stillness. Whether you want it or not, when you sit quiet and simply watch, your mind and body lose their grip on you. They become less and less disturbing. When they make way, when they clear the space, existence, bliss, aliveness, consciousness, that is all around you, rushes in. it starts percolating into your being. Now, this process starts right at the beginning. From the very moment you sit and close your eyes and begin your journey, this absorption process starts. Initially, it is slow because your identification with your mind and body are still very strong. They won't allow anything external to enter. For them, consciousness is external. They don't see it as this is your own nature. That is why you cannot simply sit in meditation and suddenly become blissed out. While after a while, once you have spent enough time in meditation, it happens instantaneously. The journey from the outer to inner does not take any time. At the most, a few seconds. From chaos to bliss, you are moving in a matter of few seconds. Now, what is the difference? You're the same person, you have the same body, same mind. And the bliss is also something that has always been there. You're not manufacturing it. Now, how is it that you can get to it so quickly that you had to struggle for months and years to get to? It's because your mind and body were not allowing you to sink deeper. They were holding on to you. And how do they hold on to you? Through a certain level of disturbance. The more the mind holds on to you, the more noisy it is. That's why when it is afraid, it is more noisy. It's the same with the body. When the body is in pain, when it needs your attention, it clings to you more. That is why you cannot meditate easily when your body is in pain. Your body has to be comfortable for you to sink deeper. The process is exactly the same. What you do on your first day of meditation is exactly the same as what you would be doing a few seconds before your enlightenment. The process is exactly the same. But the only difference is, after spending enough time, when you can sense it inside you without any doubt that you have actually progressed. You might not know what enlightenment is, and every time you think about it, you might still feel a sense of pain that you have not yet reached. But there is no question of giving up. There is no question of saying this is not working, because at many levels it has worked. And you have been a witness to that working. The way you feel about yourself now is very different. That is what keeps you on the path. Her question is very natural. Because there is no way to know what enlightenment is. There is always the fear that if I don't get there, for whatever reason, if I die before getting there, do I have to start all the way again in my next life? Or will I carry forward something? This is Mary's question. The Savior answered and said to Maria, "Certainly, for everyone who will receive the mystery of the kingdom of the light, each will go and inherit the place as far as which he has received mysteries. But he will not know the knowledge of the all, why all these things came into existence, unless he knows the one word of the ineffable, which is the knowledge of the all, and I am the knowledge of the all." Jesus is saying something very significant here. He's saying, how much ever you have progressed, that progress is yours. Certainly, for everyone who will receive the mystery of the kingdom of the light, each will go and inherit the place as far as which he has received mysteries. So how much ever you have understood, how much ever you have settled inside, the silence that you are now in, the stillness that you can experience, the openness of your mind and body, the level of freedom you have now. There are innumerable such subtle qualities that define who you are. It is these subtle qualities that actually manifest as the gross, visible qualities on the outside. A person is more on the inside than on the outside. But what he identifies with is mostly the outside. Thoughts, actions, and experiences. What is invisible to the individual is the space that he is occupying, that is providing the basic framework for that life. It is only in the spiritual journey that an individual becomes aware of this framework. And not only become aware, you can also alter this framework. Now that is what spiritual progress is. Without an inward journey, everything is left to chance. Because you don't even know the conditions that are creating your experiences, that are shaping your life. Your life is not happening from the outside. Outside is just a screen. You see images, you see lights, you see colors, but you don't see where they're coming from. There is an invisible projector there, but it's behind you. You cannot see the projector. You can only see its manifestation. If you're sitting in a movie theater, if you're watching a very interesting movie, you can be so lost in it that you can altogether forget that you're sitting in a movie theater and there is a screen in front of you and there is a projector behind you. All you have to do is just turn around and you will see two beams of light. And you will know the source of that movie. That turning around is spirituality. That turning around is mysticism. That turning around is meditation. What happens once you turn around and see the projector? First, you acknowledge it. Yes, this is where experiences are coming from. This is the source of my desires. This is the source of my fears. This is the source of my anger. This is the source of my identification with my mind and body. First, the acknowledgement. And then, if you don't like the movie, you can go and change it there. Of course, it won't let you do it immediately. You have to approach it slowly, because that projector has a mind of its own to protect its own identity. But eventually, you will get the access. You will learn how to open it. You will learn how to change the cassette. You can do whatever you want with it. You can change the basic framework of your life. And once the basic framework is changed, it is changed for eternity.